Hello learners, very good afternoon. Again, a warm welcome from Dr. D.Y. Patil Vidyapeeth Center for Online Learning. Learners, today we are going to discuss about the last unit, that is unit 10, BI deployment, administration and security. I can see that 7 of you guys have joined. So we will begin with. See learners, in this unit we are going to discuss about the elements, some of the concepts which are required in context to the deployment of any business intelligence software. Okay, so these are the generalized concept. But suppose you are using Power BI, in that context, you can definitely relate it to it. These are the elements part of the BI framework which will be using at the time of BI deployment, when you are managing the security aspects of your BI software, or as a BI administrator, you have to look after these elements. Learners, very first point over here is the BI architecture. Okay, it could be again a centralized architecture or decentralized business intelligence architecture. First of all, am I audible well, learners? I guess I'm audible well to all of you, right? Okay, thanks, Sampada, for your response. Learners, in the context to business intelligence or BI, P2P is a kind of a term, that is peer-to-peer system. Okay, so where two systems are connected as a part of your BI architecture. But this is like associated with when you want to do some file sharing, data sharing. So when BI in context to the network architecture, if you have taken, suppose BI deployment is there, or you are wishing to have it, and it is a networked system, so that you can share the information like file sharing, data sharing. Okay, so users can share files directly with one another without the need of a central server, and in decentralized system this is implicated. This model is different than your traditional client server system. When we say centralized system, there will be one uh, central system for your BI deployment. So there could be two types of distributed data pattern or centralized data pattern. If it is a centralized data architecture, it means that data from each domain will be copied to one common location. The access will be given from that. Like suppose data from payroll, data from operation, finance, all these sections will be required or will be having their own data. This data will be fetched and it will be placed at one common location. So there will be one common storage account for that data. And that data from multiple domains are combined over here to create a centralized data model. So this means that ownership of the data is centralized. Usually IT department is having this ownership. Reverse to it, when decentralized system is there, distributed data architecture is will be over there. So data from each domain will not be copied at some central place. Every domain will be having their own data and it will be accessed as per the request. Maybe your individual departments, payroll, operation, financials, they will be having their own data model also. So some uniformity is also not maintained over here. So in distributed or decentralized pattern, distributed data ownership will be there. Each domain, each sector, each department will be having their own data. They will be owner of their data. Now next learner, BI roadmap. Okay, BI roadmap, where we are discussing some framework to make use of your BI system. Now, what all things you have to consider when you are wishing to create a roadmap? When you are uh, creating a strategy for your business intelligence. So, business intelligence strategy is kind of a process where you are doing the steps related to the implementation of a BI system in your company. You have to consider your stakeholders. You have to consider the situation from where the data is accessed. You have to define the goals, whatever key process indicators of your organization that you have to consider. So first of all, when you are constructing BI roadmap, why you want to do it? Because you want to have a strategic decisions, because you want to have informed decisions, and that's why you are wishing to have that BI deployment, BI implementation. But natural BI software is saving the time and money, it is saving the efforts. When distributed data will be there, you have to rush to each individual department to get the data. But when BI system will be employed, but natural a common data will be accessed, so it will be saving your time. At central place you will be able to access all the data. And when such kind of a pattern is there, you will be going to provide the security to it also, because data is very important. So overall competitive advantage your organization wishing to have, for that you are defining your BI roadmap. In this context, you are considering the vision and mission of your organization, process, how the solution will be implemented, technological aspects you have to consider. So IT department will also be there as a one stakeholder. Applying business intelligence is required nowadays. Companies are also finding that it is important. Just the thing is how you are matching it. Because BI implementation is not a simple task, right? First, you have to consider the goals of your organization. Now you will be choosing the direction in which you can fulfill your goals. So that whatever investment you are doing as a part of your organization, it should be with right tools. So whatever the amount of business data is, whether the BI software will be able to accommodate all the data. What about the time and knowledge that you want to invest to learn that BI software? How about the performance? How you are going to measure the performance? What about your customers and their requirements? Such a kind of questions should be answered. Even for BI strategy, it will, whatever strategic decisions you are wishing to have, directly or indirectly, it is going to save business time. It is going to save the money. To implement the BI, some budget might have planned in an advance, right? Whatever BI software you are wishing to have, you will be accessing the features of that software, whether that software is fit uh, according to your requirement. These kind of questions you are trying to analyze. Now, when we say risk management, whatever investment is done behind the BI software, every step that you are going to take, whatever situations may come in future, because you might have invested heavy amount with your BI software. BI software will not come in a cheap amount, right? Overall having a competitive advantage is a requirement of every organization, and for that only it is required for you, for your organization, to construct an efficient BI strategy. What data you will be needing, how you will be able to access it. Such kind of questions you should assess before implementing your BI system. But natural, every BI system is having number of benefits, number of features the system is giving you. But whenever you are behind the implementation of the BI platform, implement the right tool is always required. Whatever stakeholders are, even if required, you can invite your stakeholders also. You can take their views. Whether your organization, your company is having enough budget for that or not. When we are saying that we are planning a budget for that. Because whenever a roadmap is going to define, that is, implementation should help you for taking strategic decisions, tactical decisions, and operational decisions. So BI software should have all these qualities or features. Whenever you are trying to involve your stakeholders, it will be those staff, the people who are going to operate the system, it will be your IT resources as well. These are the internal aspects of the BI implementation, learners. Now, the next point is measurement and dependencies in BI. Now, what do we mean by measurement? In context to business intelligence, measurement is quantifying something. You are trying to measure something. You are trying to evaluate something. What you are trying to measure and evaluate? Maybe you are trying to measure and evaluate the various aspects of your business performance. How? By using your data. Okay, so some of the key points will be considered while you are at this phase. Okay, measurement will be your specific data elements through which you are going to have some quantitative information, some values you are going to generate out of it, out of that business data, but natural. So learners, measurement and dependency is also important concept over here. Whenever we say data measurement, data collection, data storage, data transformation, all these steps you have to consider. So it may include the measurement of your sales data. It may include the inventory level. It may include your website traffic, right? How many users are every day accessing the website? How much time specific user has spent on your page? Once user is landing, how much time user is spending on your page? Customer demographic, even you may have considered for data measurement. So such kind of things could be there. Key performance indicator is also required to consider, because there are some specific metrics or measurement, you can say, which are used to access the performance of an organization. Maybe you require to check the performance of individual department, and your BI software gives you the assistance for that also. What could be a key performance indicators? It could be your profit values, revenues, customer satisfaction, and many other similar criteria. On many e-commerce platform, we are seeing that rate us, give us the rating and various star value from 1 to 5 it will be showing you. Many times customers, even while doing the purchase, as a filter, you can select rating 4 and above, 5 and above, and you would like to see those products only. Understanding, guys? So these could be the key performance indicators for your organization or your platform. Everyone understanding or not? Learners, I'm waiting for your response. Thank you, Sampada, for your response. Okay, fine. Even data analytics could also be there, learners. Measurement is closely related with data analytics. And just now I have given you the example how organizations are able to derive these values based on the analysis. So whatever this data they have analyzed, they have derived some insights, they have observed some trends and patterns. Some mathematical calculations, statistical formulas have been implemented for data analysis. Dashboard metrics could be used for measurement. So it could be like display of information in the form of charts, graphs, tables. And in this way, visual representation of data, visual representation of their performance indicators, your BI software should give you. Even predictive analysis is also there as a part of measurement. So some of the BI systems incorporate predictive measurement using historical data, analyzed data to make the forecast and prediction about future performance. For example, one customer's order history we will consider. In last 6 months, how many orders that customer has placed? Monthly ones, or every fortnightly ones, or one order after 2-3 months, or only in 6 months only once an order has been placed. Based on this analysis, they can make a predictive analysis that how many chances are there that that customer will again make a purchase from you. Dependency is also kind of a term which refers to the relationship and interconnection between various BI elements. How BI elements are dependent to each other. Here also multiple things will be considered, like data sources, data model. Dependency can have a relatively good impact on the design, performance, maintenance of your BI system. So BI reports and analytics depends on data from various sources. Now, learners, you must be aware, right? When I say various sources, it could be your external, internal data source. It includes database, data warehouse, external APIs, some files. Then even data transformational activities will happen. That is extraction, transformation, and loading of data. ETL process will happen. Data cleaning step need to perform, that is called of transformation only. So it depends on the quality and structure of the source data. Even in Power BI, Microsoft Power BI, you have the transform button, so you can clean your data if it is not. So that why this step is required? Because if structured data is provided, then only the analytics will be correct. Unstructured data is not much useful. So if you want to produce accurate result, you have to provide the proper data to the system, to your BI software. Even software dependency could also be there. When we say dependency, specific software libraries you need to add up, specific framework you need to manage, specific database if required you need to connect. And learners, if you remember what we do, we open the Power BI home screen, and then we call the Microsoft Excel file or CSV file. So here software dependency is there. You are connecting your Power BI software to Microsoft Excel or to CSV pattern, right? In similar way, there could be hardware dependency also. Hardware dependency means your specification of your system. If it is a part of network infrastructure, storage capability, if data is on cloud, you will be connecting over it. Security dependency will also be there. We will be discussing it about in our security slide as well. But security related dependency is mainly there to restrict the authorized users. Role based access kind of a term is there. Data encryption is implemented. So multiple points are considered as a part of dependency. So basically you are like it is required for maintaining the consistency of BI system. It is there to maintain the reliability of your BI system. If any uh, interruption happens, it will impact the accuracy. It will impact the performance of BI solution. Now learners, Renet OLAP is also one of the software which is used for BI architecture. Okay. OLAP software you must have heard, right? OLAP we have discussed previously. You have a Renet OLAP. This is also kind of a powerful data analysis tool. That is kind of a ready to use data analysis tool. XML data sources can be connected. Okay, you can make use of XML data source. As with advancement of technology, Renep OLAP is kind of a data analysis tool available nowadays. Number of visual elements it gives you, data cube kind of things it provides you. These software is having some particular features like data conversion. If you require to convert your data, this process is fast. And data conversion is even required because whatever raw data has been collected, you have to transform it into meaningful information through the process. Again, the access to the various tool is very quick. So you will not waste your time on various functionality. This is suitable to all kind of business, irrespective of the size of your business. You can make its use, and this is kind of a mobile friendly or device friendly, we can say. So you can work with business data from any device. There is a requirement to create multiple types of reports. The data could be complex as well, but Renet OLAP gives you the user friendly control, and creating a report is very easy with such kind of a software. So this is kind of a suitable solution for business. What is required, learners, actually nowadays, when it is said that data is very important for any business? So the required thing is you get the information right on time. And Renet OLAP extracts the data from the data warehouse. Pivot table kind of things have been generated over here. In such kind of a software is easy to access, easy to manage. If you need to integrate it with other application also, it is quite possible over here. Now the important point is BI authentication. Learners, what do we mean by an authentication, or why the authentication is required? Because you want to provide proper security, right? So whatever Power BI is also kind of a BI software. It also has various methods for the authentication. If you want to provide basic authentication or advanced level authentication, you want to provide file level authentication or software access, Windows authentication that is available over here. Basically, whatever authentication and authorization mechanism is, it is there to ensure that only authorized users should access and manipulate the data reports also. So in the process of authentication, you are verifying the identity of a user who is trying to access the data, who is trying to access the BI system. So it will ensure that the person or system trying to log in is who the person is claiming. So most common method is like username and password. Multi-factor authentication could also be there, where at a two layer you are doing the security, you are giving the security. So in the BI system, combination of authentication mechanism can be implemented. You also have access control list. Specific list of user will be given to the system, so that as per the authentication or authorization mentioned in the list, user can be allowed to perform on particular process. Even based on the location, you can provide the authorization based on the department, that only this department is required to give an access. So that is possible. Yes, the learner has commented right. Raw level security is also possible. Like sales data for specific region. So it is limiting a user's access to specific rows also. Row level security you can give. And but natural, based on the roles of a user also authentication you can give, like according to the role of the user. If user is an administrator, give these many authorization. If user is an analyst, if user is a viewer will be only having the authorization of viewing the sheets. Analyst will be having an authorization to generate the reports, to make the changes. Admin will be might be having a higher authorization. So as per the role based access can be given. Row level security, so whatever the rows have been generated, accordingly specific access of specific number of rows you can give. Attribute based control can be given, like as per the department, only these departments should be given an access. Even combination of authorization you can give, that is also possible. But the benefit is like as per the different levels and as per the roles and responsibilities within the company, user can have an access to the specific data. Now groups and roles that I have just told you, as per the groups, as per the role, authentication is given to the user. Now whatever the points are there in the previous slide, that only we are continuing in this slide. As a part of BI administration, access permission you can give, groups and roles can be managed. Parallelly, monitoring the status is also kind of a thing that is possible in your BI architecture. See, learners, whatever the status monitoring is, or kind of an administrative control we are discussing, right? So basically, it is required to check that all the operations are doing properly. Security is maintained, reliability is maintained. operations are happening as effectively. So how you can do the monitoring? By having proper monitoring system. So if issues are there, those issues can be identified properly. If performance you need to check, it should be available. So one of the thing is required to do is data integration. So data extraction, data transformation, and the loading of the data, ETL. This is one of the term which is used popularly. So you have to do you have to do the extraction of the data, then data cleaning process, and then data has to be loaded to your BI system. This should be very smooth, should be having a quite smooth functioning. Parallelly, monitoring of the server. It is also required to keep a check on BI's applications health. So whatever your hardware components are, whatever your BI software components are, keep checking. It may be periodically, weekly. Maintenance term is there, right? You might be aware with the maintenance system is under maintenance. Your business intelligence system also required the maintenance, so that you can check the performance, how much resources are used. Server should be available 24 by 7 usually. Parallelly, maybe if you require to monitor the response time of the dashboard, like loading time of the data, a chart or graph time it is taking to generate. If slow loading time, slow chart generation, it will say that performance is not good. Data quality is also related over here, because if you give bad quality or data with less quality, it will consume the time to clean that data also. So data should be consistent, error free. Parallelly, query performance, whatever queries are passed as a part of BI system, if queries are passed, how much time it is giving you to give the response. Parallelly, users monitoring is also required. How much time user is spending, how frequently user is accessing the system, what all aspects user is asking for. Security mechanism we have already discussed. So authentication and authorization process you have to consider. You have to keep on reviewing the logbook regularly, so that if any unauthorized access is noticed, you can stop it at that moment. Even you have to maintain the detailed logs, at what time user has logged, what is the user. Such kind of audit happens, audit trails kind of things is there, where you are monitoring users activity. If any system change is monitored, suppose usually the user is using the computer system, so desktop's IP will be there, but suddenly you have monitored that from same user has logged in through the mobile or through some other device. Even specific dashboard usage analysis can also be monitored. So you can analyze with dashboards and reports which are most frequently used. What all dashboard user is asking frequently to generate. Even suppose BI software is there. You as a company, as a technology head or as a BI analyst, you have purchased some BI software, and then some latest patch has been released by a company. So you should keep on checking those updates also, and you have to accommodate those updates now, then only your software will be up to date. Whatever reports have been generated, you have to manage those reports, keep storage of those reports properly, maintain the documentation. So proper monitoring is required so that you can derive that the tool is being used in right way. For IT department, best practices kind of a term is used, learners. Best practice, not only IT, in context to any department, you can implement the best practice so that it will help you to ensure that your BI system is working properly. Now, next point over here is mail server and portal integration. We are focusing on important aspects of BI deployment, learners. So, integrating a mail server and portal with your business intelligence system. Why you need to do it? Because you want to have a good performance, and nowadays it is required that email is used popularly for communication, right? You want to enhance the communication and collaboration. You want to have overall smooth user experience. So the task is to integrate a your email server, your portal with your BI platform. So BI system should be configured to send email notifications to the users. Frequently, suppose you need to send the notification for report updates or for such specific scheduling tasks. So in that case, you can integrate your organization's mail server, because most organizations are having their own email server at the rate and their company's email address .com whatever or extension is. When you are integrating your mail server with user authentication, okay, user will be able to log into the BI system and user will be able to use the official email credential. So this will simplify the user experience. Two platforms you are integrating, right? So it will reduce the time of multiple login credentials also. You can enable the report distribution. Whatever BI reports are, dashboards are, those can be enabled with email. So immediately the report is generated and user can send it to the higher authority or to the manager. User can even schedule the reports that specific in automated way at specific time. Every day report will be generated. Basically, all these things should be carried out in a secured environment. And that's why security, that name of your title itself is authentication. Security is required to have a focus over here. Some BI systems can handle the response to email notification. Automated emails will be generated. Notifications will be replied. Portal integration is a kind of a thing where one portal will be allowed to access the system. You will be able to access the BI system or your internal portal with a single click or with some simple settings. Because if the process will be simple, the access will be simple, the more better it will reduce the time will be reduced. Even as we have said that the BI reports should be emailed, in similar way BI reports dashboards can be integrated with your portal, so you can just publish it on the portal. Even custom made templates should be available as a part of your BI deployment. Basically, collaboration is even required nowadays as a part of team. Team members need to share their ideas, they need to chat, they need to have put comments, they need to make discussion within the portal, so that user can just see the dashboard and can discuss over it, so they can collaborate on decision making. Such kind of features are required. As per the roles of user management is required, and we discussed about it in our previous slide. Synchronizing the user management between your BI system and the portal. So basically connecting the data from your BI system to the portal, so that real-time data will be reflected immediately. You don't need to follow multiple steps to access the data. Basically nowadays every e-commerce platform or every organization is needing uh, to make data driven decision. So effective integration of mail server and portal with your BI system can improve user engagement. It will make that communication easy, and at the end, to make data driven decisions, to have data driven insights for your organization, this should be possible. And for that, you should choose the right methods, right technology based on your specific BI and based on your portal platform. So learners, for BI implementation, multiple when you are deploying, you are trying to deploy the business intelligence software, multiple things you have to take care. Deployment pipeline is also kind of a term. Deployment pipeline is kind of a process where continuous integration is happening at software level. So here also, uh, purchasing the software, testing it, deployment it, updations if any, accommodating it. Basically, if your proper BI related strategy, if you have uh, developed it in proper way, it will reduce the manual work. It will give you one structured way of working. Your overall business process will be more efficient. But natural automation will improve the quality of any work. With advancement of technology in every department across the world, the benefits have been monitored. Version control kind of a thing is also there. Feedback mechanism you can set. So monitoring the feedback, analyzing the feedback. Customer feedback is very important for every organization. Proper backup of the data even can be a part of it. Data security is equally important, and that's why when you are having large amount of data, how the data backup is been taken, that thing can be considered. So multiple aspects are there when you are saying deployment of any BI software. This is a combination of multiple components and concepts associated with your BI software implementation. Even in some organization learners, there is the process of approvals. So whatever stakeholders are, they will review it, they will approve the deployment before you do the purchasing, once the budget has been set. Because BI software is also kind of a costlier affair. So learners, these are the points which one need to take care when dealing with business intelligence deployment. So learners, herewith we are done with the unit 10. I have launched the feedback form link into the chat box. Kindly fill the feedback form for the session